Hello, if you are joining me for my first live Ballet Barre class. I'm very excited. We've just got 5 exercises today on my list. Obviously we're going to start with some plies. You probably need a little bit of ballet experience or have done some classes before just to understand the terminology really, but hopefully it's just going to be a nice fairly basic class. It's really hot today, so that's going to be interesting. I've got my little towel to mop my brow. Yeah, so let's just get ourselves warmed up a little bit. You need a really fairly stable chair if you've got one, or you might be working on your kitchen worktop or something. You want something that's at a reasonable height. It's going to give you a bit of support, but you don't want to go too crazy with hanging on to it for dear life. And the reason I've chosen a chair is because in the space I've got, I can easily move it to the other side and then we're working on the other side, so that's perfect. I've got my socks on, which are nice and slippy but not too slippy on this floor. Be careful of that, you don't want to be slipping over. And I'm always going to do, when I'm doing the introduction to the class, I'm going to not introduction, sorry, when I'm teaching you the exercises, the little routine of each exercise, I'm going to stand on my right leg because that's my weaker leg. You will probably want to naturally stand on your stronger leg, but I encourage you to stand on your weaker leg because we're going to mark everything through and then we're going to do it properly and then we're going to do it on the other side. So that just helps us sort of address that imbalance that we all have. And I'll just, excuse me, I'm going to be dropping down to the floor just to double check my notes. So before we even get going, and the other thing is actually, maybe not so much for the plies, but make sure you've got enough room to swing your legs. In fact, for the plies, we will come into a nice deep lunge. So you want to make sure you've got that leg out behind you. So if I go sideways and there, we're going to go over that leg and then up and back. So just make sure you've got that in that amount of room behind you. And let's get going. So we're going to start with the feet really parallel, and I've got a wonderful, great big mirror in front of me, so it's really helpful to just so that I can see what I'm up to. If you can stand in front of a mirror, maybe if you're able to outside in the garden against the patio windows, I don't know, but it really helps. Just so that you're checking your alignment and bits and pieces. So we're going to start really parallel. And I'm just going to take a roll down. So taking my chin onto my chest, keeping my belly button pulled in, letting those arms relax, letting the knees soften as I get all the way to the bottom. When I'm touching the floor, my knees soften, just nodding my head, shaking my head, and then I'm just going to gently shake my arms, my hands. So I'm making sure there's no tension in the body as I roll up, vertebra by vertebra. I'm going to continue that length in my spine to come up into a nice strong rise and a balance. And I notice in my monitor my head's gone out of shot, not necessarily a bad thing. And then we're going to lower, let's just do one more of those, chin onto the chest. So breathing, relaxing, making sure you're not holding any tension. Let's have a little straighten of one leg, bend of the other while we're there. And then soft knees, roll all the way up. And let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. Great. I might come back a little bit with my chair actually. So we're there. Good, okay. So really important, finding your natural turnout. So from this wonderful parallel position, I'm going to pitch my weight forward so that I can tap both heels. And then I'm going to draw my heels together. And then I'm going to come back to a parallel position. So I'm making sure that I'm turning the leg out as much as I possibly can in my hip socket. So what we generally do when we come into ballet class is we get those heels together and we wiggle about a bit and then we pin those toes back as far as we can. And that ends up with the ankle rolling in a little bit. So this is really showing me where my natural turnout is. And then just to remind and wake up those muscles a little bit, I'm going to keep my heels together and just take a very small rise and lower. And if you can, ignore your bar for the moment so that you're really centering yourself. Every single exercise is going to finish with a nice balance. So I can feel the muscles, around my pelvic floor, my turnout muscles in my hip socket activating. So I'm not trying to go up all the way into a full demi-plie. Lengthening that tailbone down, lifting the crown of the head up, drawing the belly button in. Beautiful. Okay, so just keeping those legs in first position, holding that turnout for the moment. If you have never done ballet before, or you always struggle a little bit with the arms, and the arms are quite a weird thing with ballet. This is my way of getting your arms into ballet arms. So I'm just going to flex my hands at the side of my body, a bit like a penguin. Bring the arms up to the side with the heels of the palms going out in the opposite direction. Rotate all the way forwards. Don't let the shoulders come up, keep the shoulders down. So I'm rotating forwards. It feels like my elbows are on top. Now that section of my arm, from my elbow to my shoulder, is going to stay where it is, and then I'm going to rotate the lower part of the arm round in the opposite direction. So let's go back again. So you've flexed the hands, you've taken the arms out, you've rotated forwards, making sure you're drawing the shoulders down. Then you're going to keep the elbows, shoulder to elbow, exactly where it is. Turn the palms to face forwards, rotate around the wrist. So it's like you're twisting your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, 3 different joints in 3 different directions almost against each other. And then the test for that is that you come forwards into this nice rounded position, looser thumbs unless you need a lift home, one of my oldest jokes. So we're here, and then the fingertips should be the width of your face. So we're nice and rounded, and that's pretty much your arm position. It softens a little bit when you lower the arms, but as you're taking them up, if I come down to there, it's pretty much that same shape. And especially at the bar, your spare arm is going to have that elbow on top all the way through. Okay, good job. I think we are ready pretty much. So, our plies today. We're going to be taking 2 demi-plies. If you don't like the arms that I'm doing, absolutely feel free to find your own arm position, but I'm going to take 2 demi-plies. So in first position, the heels stay on the floor. One is with a breathe arm. The second one takes the arm out to second, and then a full plie. And I'm going to take a reverse port de bras all the way up to the top, and then a nice, great big, flat back, straight legs, forwards port de bras. Bringing the head up with, again, in that flat back, the hands above the head, taking a little back bend. And then no, we're not opening out, we're coming up into a rise and a balance. So every position is going to repeat that same pattern. So coming into second. So 2 demi-plies, 1 full plie, all the way down. Over to the bar, away from the bar, coming up into a balance, elbows on top, lowering, coming forwards with those legs into 4th open, so the heels are in line. 2 demis, full plie. You might want to do a normal port de bras there. Upper body circular, port de bras all the way around, finishing with a nice 3rd arabesque for your balance. Taking the leg, that same leg round to the back for a 4th cross. So now I've got my heels more crossed over. Same thing, 2 demis, 1 full plie. Let's go all the way down this time again, over that leg, and a circular port de bras, but as big as you can. Up into maybe a 2nd arabesque, balance. Bring that leg all the way around to the front, close into 5th, same as first, 2 demis, full plie. I've lost my train of thought. Let's go, and this is what we're going to take, we're going to take that back leg back all the way, come into a nice big wide deep lunge. You're over your thigh, your arms are going up and back. We're coming up, lifting that leg at the back. I've got cramp already, doesn't bode very well, before we change it to the other side. And demi-plie, and another one, full plie. Go through your demi-plie, forwards port de bras. And little back bend. Open out to second. Demi. Only halfway. Now the full thing, all the way down. Looking for that perfect symmetry in the mirror if you can see yourself. Up and over. And a rise, balance, and demi. Full plie. Knees over your toes. Circular port de bras all the way around, just that upper body. Rise. I'm going to keep that arm behind. And full plie again. Keep the weight in the middle. And all the way down. And all the way back. This is where I usually groan quite a lot. And round, closing fifth, and demi. And forwards. And my music has run out, but we're going to carry on. Full plie all the way down. Taking that leg out behind. Just going to pause that, taking that leg up behind. Nice big, wide, deep lunge. Make sure you've got plenty of room for this. Hips and shoulders are square. Both arms off the bar. Your chest over your thigh. Hands up above the head. You're going all the way back. Pin those arms back a little bit. Come up. I'm going to take a third arabesque with that back leg. Lifting nice and square. And then I'm going to lift. Bringing the feet together. Arms are up in fifth. Holding that there. And lowering in fifth. Good job. All on the other side. So just twiddle now. Chair to the other side. Here we go. And demi. Change the arms about if you like. Full plie. Forwards port de bras. Try not to get that hand caught up. I realise I forgot the rise and balance on the first time round. Second and demi. And again. Full plie. Over, up and over towards the bar, lift. And the other way. And rise. And nice and strong on those ankles and demi. This is your fourth open. Full plie. Oops, my chair's getting in the way. And circular port de bras. Relax, breathe. And to the back. Full plie. All the way down, all the way forwards this time. And round. And all the way to the other side. And bring it round to fifth and demi. And forwards and up, full plie, down, 2, 3, 4. We're releasing that back leg, coming into that position. Big, nice, wide position. Watch the turner over that front leg, go over the thigh. Hands above the head, shoulders, you're going straight up and back. Pin those arms back. This time we're in a nice third arabesque with the same arm as the back leg high Beautiful, and we're coming up into a nice fifth. Drawing those ankles together, keeping the tops of the thighs together. Try not to be tottering like. Good job, and lower. Fantastic, great. Back to this side for our tendus. Okay, so tendu from first. So really using the floor, this is quite slow. I'm just going to put my hand on my hip for the moment. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with the arms as we go, but let's try this just with the hand on the hip for the moment. So we've got from first, tendu devant, one, and then close on a plie in first. Then take the inside leg to the back. So that was 1, 2 to the back, 3, close 4. Same thing to second, 5, close on your plie 6, and then draw that foot all the way up, inside of your leg, up into retire for 7, closing in front, 8 in fifth. Then we've got on the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So twice as quick as the last lot. Yes, because we're doing 2 in the time of 1. And then we're going to go to the side. We're going to transfer the weight, take a tourniquet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close back in first. Really sliding that leg back in, getting that turnout switching on again, and then reversing everything. So to the back first. 1, plie 2, inside leg. 3, plie 4. To second, 5, plie 6. Draw that leg up into retire, close behind in fifth. 2 to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can feel this is the sort of thing I'm going to be doing with my arms. 2 second, 1, 2, 3, come back to the bar, 4, 5, 6, 7, closing first to finish. Well done. Yeah, I think we'll just do that for now. So here we go, it's reasonably fast. So first position, let's just keep the arm in second, especially for the first bit. 2, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, close in front. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, close to first, to the back, 1, and plie, and front, and plie, second, 5, 6, tire close behind, arabesque, arabesque, and underneath, underneath, and open, bara, bara, and first. Let's go again, leg off the floor. Anything you like with your arms. Plie and lift. Close in front. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And you've got a bit. 7, and to the back. So the accent is out. I've forgotten what I'm doing. There, and lift to retire, close behind. Now we've got doubles. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Let's come into a retire, low retire, and a balance. Holding that there. Holding that there. And lowering with control if you can. Brilliant. Fantastic, let's go to the other side. So I'll try and get it right this time. It's the joy of a live class, especially when you haven't done ballet for a little while. Hope you're feeling good. Okay, so we've got first and plie is the first part of it. Here we go. To the front, and 1, inside leg, to the back, to second, using the floor, and retire, close in front, and 1 and 2. Keep that foot on the floor this time, and second, transfer, go back, close in first, and 1 and plie. I think that's what threw me last time, doing the arms. Second, and lift, close behind, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. We're all on there. 2, 3, 4. Accent is out and held and lift, close in front, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. I missed that bit. Up to the back. 2 and 3. I hope you're doing a better job than I am. Nearly there. Close behind on this one. 1 and 2. Underneath 3. 2 second all the way. Transfer. And there. And there. And come up into a rise. Taking that foot to the ankle. How is this side compared to the other side? Lowering with control if you can. Brilliant. Great, okay. To the other side. So that was our Fondu and Glisse. I wasn't expecting to get Glisse in as well, but that fitted quite nice with the music, so it was rude not to. Ronds de Jambe. Quite slow this, so we're going to go from first, and we're going to take 1 in 8 counts, 2 in 4 counts, 4 in 2 counts, and then a grand Ronds de Jambe, repeating that port de bras that we did in the plies, and then reversing everything. So basically it looks like this. I'm going to keep my hand on my hip for the moment. So for the 8 counts, 2 counts for each section. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to come through first, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 count for each section now. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 in 2 counts. Try and change the accent. And 1, pause, and 2, pause, and 3. Remember, your goal is to keep those hips absolutely still. Then we're finishing off to the back. This will be 1 count each. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to sweep it all the way around. We're going down, and this will put more forwards, over that leg. Same thing as before. Up into an arabesque. Bring it back round to second. Place it on the floor to reverse everything. 2 counts for your 2 counts for each section, each quarter. 1, 8 counts. 2 in 4 counts. 4 in 2 counts, that's right. And then for the end, we're going to come forwards because we're going in that direction. Through first, round to the back, sweep it round, take a forwards port de bras over that leg, no weight on that, straightening, lifting into attitude in opposition, and then coming up into a rise and a balance if you can. We might bring it into retiro for that balance at the end. Great, okay, here we go. This is quite slow. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. 2 counts and 1, 2, 3. Elbow on top of that side arm. All the way around and through. 2, 3. I'm going to have to go forwards. 5, 6, 7. Over that leg. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bounce. 2, 3, 4. Let's lift it through and reverse. And 2 counts. 2, 3, 5. Painfully slow. And 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. Again. 5, 6, 7. 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way forwards, 1, 2, 3, sweep it round, and we're going over that leg. Straighten that standing leg, lift, attitude. Take the opposite arm to second. Bring it into retire. You might need to put your hand on your bar. I think I'm going to actually, just to get up onto that demi-plie. Just be wherever you need to be. If you have to lower, maybe try and get there again. Staying there if you can. Much harder now because we've got that leg up higher. Yeah, and I'm going to lower with control. Wonderful, let's do all of that on the other side. Make sure you've got plenty of room. So don't forget that 8 count, painfully slow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, and again, 5, 6, 4 and 2 counts, and 1, and 2, and 3. Lift those ribs out of those hips, and to the back, 3. There, sweep it all the way around. 6, get yourself in position and over. 2, 3, 4, and back. 6, 7, 8, arabesque. 2, 3, 4, lift through, retire and reverse for 2 counts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, push that heel forwards, 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. Think about this elbow out to the side, 2 counts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue through. 3, sweep it round, and there, over that front leg. Oh, that hurts today. Up to the top, lift into a beautiful attitude. Open out that side arm. Great. Oh, I've got cramp again. Bring that leg into retire, come up onto a nice strong rise. Arms wherever they need to be. Lifting up through the crown of the head. Trying to lower through, lower that heel down, maintaining that position. And good job if you manage that, well done. Excellent. We have got Fondu. Fondu, one of my least favourite exercises because I have such lovely long Achilles tendons, but really good to do. Just wondering whether I would like a bit of padding. No, I think it'll be alright. So we're going to go. So Fondu means to melt. So let's take the leg out to second. We're going, and again I'm just going to put my hand on my hip for the moment. We're going to take the whole set artère to start with. So we're flexing and we're pointing, and then we're taking a beat front, back before we extend to the back. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're reversing it, so we're taking that Fondu, bend and straighten, back front and straighten. To second, bend and straighten out to second, back front or front back, really doesn't matter. To second, and then lifting the leg, but keep it quite low for 1 single and a double on l'air, Ronds de Jambe on l'air, before you lower and reverse everything. So we're to the back and point, back, front, and to the front, beat front, back to the back, and second, beat back, front, and out to second again, lifting that leg to finish off the phrase, single and a double. And let's finish that last one as you take that double. In fact, let's take that last one as you back, front, extend. Let's take that last set on a rise, hold it on a rise. There, ba, ba, ba. So again, we've made our balances progressively harder. That's a tough one to finish off. I could have gone through the releve each time, but it's too strong. So we're back to our plie music. So try and use all the music if you can. 7, 8, and anything you like with the arms, and 2, and beat to the back, Fondu to the back, and back, front and front. We're going to second, plie and extend, back, front, extend, and lift, and single, and a double, and low reverse, plie, and to the back, back, front, and plie to the front, front, back, and second, let's think about that one, and back, front, and there, and lift, 2, and a 3, 4, and a hold, elbows on top if you're holding the arms in second. Ooh, I'm going to lower, keeping that side heel pushing forwards, and closing in first. Good job. Well done. That seemed to be a much longer piece of music than we used, but never mind. No, that was right. Reversal. So just with the rise at the end. So just taking a simple port de bras with it. Here we go. So we've got 8 counts, 7, 8, and flex, point, beat front back, to the back, flex, turn, point to the back, beat back, front, and front. Go into second, flex, point, back, front, and second, and lift, push that heel forwards, and a double, and lower to the back, flex, point, back, front, and point, flex, point, front, back, point, and second bend, point, back, front, and point, and this time we're lifting, single, 2 singles, and a double, and hold. Looks good on this side. Lip. Really trying to push that heel forward, sway. Really want to roll over that side today. Always one side better than the other, just finishing it off, drawing into first, getting that balance back in the body. Well done. Great, okay. We have got Grand Battement to finish, and then with a nice stretch to really finish us off. So, might finish off with a bit of an adage when we've done the Grand Battement and a stretch. So make sure that you've got room for a straight leg kick behind you. Not just behind you, obviously this is my issue. You want to be able to get the leg out to the side and in front as well. Nice straight leg. So we are going to take 4 in each position. I don't need to go back any further, I don't think. So we're going to take 4 in each position, getting a little bit higher as we go. So the first one is reasonably low, using the floor. Medium height, higher, highest if you can, and then arm is going to be in second. And then the highest one, up to the top, bring it into retire, close in front. Take everything to second. So low, medium, high, all the way into retire, close behind. So just angle yourself away or in towards the bar if you need to. I'm going to try and stay where I am. I might go forward a bit more. Low, medium, high, big one all the way in, close in first actually. Then we're going to take some Battement cloche. So starting off really nice and low. So take the leg to the back first, actually doesn't matter, but just in case you've got someone else in the room with you. To the back first, so keep the leg nice and straight, swinging that leg forwards and backwards, keeping it straight, getting higher and higher, and then when you've got to your maximum height, we're going to bend that leg and just really try and let it swing, trying not to hang on to your chair for dear life. And we're going to finish with that leg at the back in an attitude, both arms up, guess what, with a balance. Good, okay. We have got a reasonably fast track for this. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and second and low, and medium, and high, and bring it into the back. To it high, and into reverse and back, front, back, and front, and getting a little bit higher if you can, and higher. Great, we're bending that leg. Possibly a bit too fast for this section. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and finish up the back. Nice rise, arms are up, holding that leg out behind you. Ooh. And let's keep that knee up and just take a little stretch there. Extend that leg out behind you. Down the, holding onto your chair, leg up at the back. Reach that same arm forwards. Yeah, good job. Woo. Here we go, on the other side. She'll be ready for a good old stretch after this one. Check wherever your key points are as far as space goes. And then we're starting from 5th. The arm is going to be in 2nd all the time. Just going to have a little mop of the face. Here we go. 7, 8, and low, and medium, and high, and into it here a second low, and medium, and high, and in, to the back, 1, and high. Feels I'm going to hit the thing to the back. Battement cloche. Keep it nice and straight. Great, now bend that leg. Let that hip open out. 4 more, 4, 2, 1. Hold it to the back. Up on the ball of the foot. Yes. Don't know where my bow. No, I didn't spoke too soon. Lift. Keeping that leg in attitude, lift that leg as high as you can. Reach the same arm forwards. This arm is going forwards in the opposite direction. Extend that leg out the back. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Really strong on that straight standing leg. Brilliant. Okay, how's that feel? Woo! I know I haven't enabled the, I don't get time to look at the chats at the same time, but hopefully you really enjoyed that. I certainly did. Let's take a little stretch. So, if everything is feeling relatively okay, as in stretching wise, if you've got good mobility, try and get that leg up quite high. Let's take a really good stretch for your piriformis, the whole of your hip socket. So basically I'm going to lift this leg all the way up. So this is quite high, but the leg is bent. I'm in turnout and I'm square onto the back of the chair. If you're feeling that that your chair isn't going to be stable enough, you could actually use the base of the chair. You could be there. Not quite as effective. Something a little bit hard, sort of in between the two would be ideal. My windowsill is probably about right. Today I'm going to use this. So, turned out. In fact, I'm going to go my other side first. Stretch your tighter side first. So, this is my left side is my tighter side. My right side hamstrings are a little bit sore today. Make sure that standing leg is underneath your centre. Both legs are turned out. This foot is relaxed and this knee is dropped out to the side. You can't quite see it, but at that angle. And then I'm just going to lean forwards. And that should already be quite a strong stretch around outside of that hip. And breathe. And then I'm just going to turn my shoulders, my upper body towards this knee, towards you, and I'm going to again lean forwards over the leg. I'm hanging onto the chest, wanting to slide away. In fact, that's not really working for me. Make sure that you're nice and secure wherever you are. So I'm going to go here. That's better. Okay, so I'm square, and then I'm turning my shoulders towards, and now I'm leaning over that leg. And it's a very strong stretch right inside this buttock, all through your hip. And if you can, again, because I've gone a little bit lower now, I'm actually quite comfortable now. I can straighten this leg out, staying in turnout. I'm going to take my arms up to the ceiling and I'm going to try and lean forwards over that leg. I haven't gone completely collapsed. I would like to, but I'm going to try and have a lengthened spine. So good to be able to use that lovely warmth in the muscles when you've been doing a good ballet bar. So let's do all of that on the other side. So lifting the other leg up. Make sure your hips are square, hips and shoulders are square to the front. This leg is turned out and relaxed. The foot is relaxed. My standing leg is also turned out. Have that heel of the leg you're stretching directly in front of you. And then again, I'm going to just pitch forwards. So I'm pitching forwards in a straight line at the moment. And I'm going to come upright. Now I'm going to turn my shoulders only. Hips are staying in the same position. And now I'm leaning. I'm trying to take my belly button towards that knee. Hanging on to whatever's around you to help you. Great, and then I'm going to straighten that leg. Whoopsie, put my shutters down. I can't quite point my foot on this one. The joys of not having a ballet bar at home. So we're as upright as you can, arms are up, and then pitching forwards. I can go even, not even less on this side. This is my tight hamstrings today. Just always checking out how's your body feeling, listening to it, not overdoing it. It's very easy to do in this time of stress, shall we say. Let's stretch out those quads. I don't know about you, but I always need to stretch out my quads. Trying to get your knees together. So this is really nice and parallel, no turnout involved. I'm trying to tuck my pelvis under, getting that lovely long length in the thighs. I tend to bunch up in my hip flexors. Chest as upright as possible. Swapping sides. legs are parallel. Trying to get the knees together, keep the knees together, and then tuck under with that pelvis. Lifting the chest. Great, I'm going to stretch my calves out. That's a biggie for me as well. I'm going to face this wall. Great if you could do it using the back of the chair, but for me that's not really giving me enough that the chair's going to move. So I'm going to go against a nice solid object, taking the foot back. Make sure there's no turnout, so you're not turned out here at all. That foot is really parallel. Driving the hips forwards, shoulders are down. If I went this way, you can see I'm sort of in a diagonal line, and I can line my feet up with the floorboards this way actually. And as I said, I've got really tight Achilles, so you might not be looking quite as uncomfortable as I am with this one. Swapping those legs over. So if your bottom's out here, you won't feel it. Drive the hips forwards, shoulders are down. Brilliant. I'm going to finish off with my hands on the top of here. Feet are underneath my hips, parallel, hip width apart, and I'm just going to push my chest down towards the floor. It's a really nice stretch at the sides of your back, a sort of stretch at the front of your chest and your armpits. Once you're down there and you're feeling that, you might feel a bit of stretch in the hamstrings as well. Feels quite nice. And then I'm just taking a slightly mad sway from side to side, taking my ear towards my shoulder, and then I'm going to keep my shoulders still. I'm going to swing my hips from side to side. Again, I'm stretching down the side seam of my torso. It feels really nice. Breathing. And then tucking that pelvis under, walking the feet forwards, rounding that back, unraveling the spine. And let's just finish off as we started. Feet really parallel, spine lengthened, taking a wonderful roll down. Chin onto the chest. Hopefully everything should feel nice and fluid now. Let those arms hang, let that head hang. Shake the head, nod the head. As you roll up, strongly push the pubic bone forwards, tucking the pelvis under. Beautiful big shoulder roll, and another one. And walking out of the room as if you are a professional ballerina or ballet dancer. Thank you so much if you joined me. I don't know about you, but I actually really enjoyed that. It was fab. Thank you. Let me give me some feedback if you would like to see more of that sort of thing.